So it's a great morning to be a Tesla investor. Some news came out over the weekend and investors are really enjoying it. Right now that pre-markets are open, the stock price is up high single digits. And today's episode, let's find out why. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and follow me on Twitch where I live stream, taking a look at stocks you want me to look at. So let's get started. But before we begin, let's take a listen to today's sponsor. I want to thank the Motley for sponsoring this video. The Motley is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers. Through the Motley Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the stock advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. Alright, so today we're going to take a look at Tesla. This is traded under the NASDAQ as ticker TSLA. Right now, before the market is open, the current market cap is about $635 billion. It ended the last trading day at $661. And before we take a look at pre-markets, I want to see how down it is from its all-time highs. It's still down about 24.8% from its all-time highs. Again, not counting what's happening right now. Pre-market, the stock is up $50. It's hitting 712, up 7.6% at the moment. So I'm pretty sure Tesla investors are super excited right now. So now let's take a look at why the stock price is reacting the way it is. And the main reason is April 2nd, which was Friday, and the stock market was closed that day, so investors didn't get to react. Tesla reported their vehicle production, and they also gave us their delivery numbers. They were pretty strong compared to what analysts expected, and we're going to take a quick look at that. Right now for production, Tesla noted that they made about 180,000 vehicles for this first quarter of 2021, and we're going to see how that compares to quarter one of 2020. So we can see that growth, and deliveries were about 184,800 vehicles. Insane. And one thing they do want to say is obviously they're giving us their production numbers, but the financial performance, net income, cash flow, everything else from there is not stated yet. We have to wait for their earnings for that. One more thing they state is their delivery count should be viewed as slightly conservative, as they only count cars delivered if the transfer to the customer and all paperwork is correct. Final numbers could be about 0.5% higher than they are right now. So now let's see how this performs compared to same time last year. So in quarter one of 2020, Tesla produced 102,000 vehicles, where now they're doing 180, and that's a growth of almost about 76%. And they delivered about 88,000 last year, where now they delivered 184. That's over 100% increase in vehicles delivered. So it's insane how much a company can change in just a matter of a year. But now let's compare it to last quarter. So last quarter was quarter four, and this was they gave us their numbers in around January 2nd. So about 4 months ago, they produced about 179,700 vehicles. Well, remember, right now they had 180,000. This is barely any growth right now. It's less than a 1% growth. So this might be something that maybe some bears might be talking about, but we're going to find out why that production growth wasn't as big this quarter compared to last quarter. And deliveries last quarter, which was quarter four of 2020, they delivered 180,000 vehicles, where now they delivered 184,000 vehicles. So there was a growth there as well. And the reason I feel this growth for quarter one and quarter four wasn't that big of a growth was because Tesla and the what's going on globally, right? We're having a chip shortage. Tesla even had to shut down their plant in California for about 2 days because of equipment shortage. I don't think it was ever explained which item was the shortage was producing the parts shortage. But I would have to say most likely had to be some form of chip demand, because that's what's happening overall. And I do believe even after that, even after they reopen the plant, they probably are not going at full capacity right now because of that shortage. So I do believe that's something impacted. So even with that shortage, the company was still able to produce strong numbers and was still able to produce strong deliveries compared to the same time last year and compared to a quarter ago. So that's the main reason why the stock price is up right now, right? We're seeing the strong production numbers. The second reason I believe the stock price is up right now is a numerous amount of analysts are coming out today, this morning, with an increased price target on Tesla. One of them, for example, was Wedbush, to lift share price to target to about $1,000 in the next 12 months. And compared to Tesla's closing price, that's over a 30% growth from now. So we can see analysts are still very, very bullish for the company within the next 12 months. The second reason is, yes, we saw that Tesla produced a nice amount of vehicles, but this production estimate blew out, was even better than what analysts expected. The street believed that they were going to produce somewhere around 170,000 vehicles, and instead they produced 180,000. And the reason the street believed those types of numbers was because of the overall chip shortage. And that's insane, right? It did beat analyst productions by a huge margin. So we can see why the stock price is going up. Wedbush also gave some update on their full year analysis on Tesla, or guidance, right? For the full year, they believe that Tesla will easily produce over 800,000 vehicles, according to Wedbush. And the brokerage is modeling fiscal 2021 deliveries at 830,000 units, compared to their prior guidance, which was about 774,000 vehicles. So we can see with these production numbers, with them seeing how Tesla is moving, they're getting even more and more bullish. They're also lifting the revenue for the year, guidance of 42.7 billion compared to their previous guidance of 39.7 billion. So overall, this analyst seems to be very, very bullish on the company, increasing everything from production, deliveries, to overall revenue. Now, just a quick fundamental on Tesla. Tesla, at the moment, analysts expect this company to grow 24.9% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. This is a heavy growth stock right now. Another thing is they are positive in cash flow from operations. They are positive in earnings, and we can see all that is continuing to see growth. Finally, the company has a very strong balance sheet. They have plenty of cash, short-term investments compared to debt. So Tesla fundamentally is in a strong place. I know they are. Obviously, we have to talk about some bearish things for Tesla too, right? It can't be all flowers or whatever it's called. It can't be all nice for investors. What are some of the negativity for Tesla? First, one of the biggest things we hear out is that Tesla right now is only profitable due to credits. It's true to some extent, right? As an investor, one has to understand that, but I do believe that comes with the business it's in, right? The overall EV market right now is getting credits from governments, and this is something that we expect to continue for some time. The second thing is we're seeing massive increasement in competition, right? Recently, some big players just came out with some new vehicles. At the moment, we're still seeing Tesla growth. That is something to keep an eye out, right? At the same thing, many bullish investors also believe that Tesla is not a car company, right? Right now, this is just where most of its money is coming from, but in the long run, it's not expected to be a car company. So it's always good to see both the bearish and bullish sides of both things. I do think this year will be a year for us to really see how Tesla is continuing to progress and how much the other EV companies are doing, right? I feel like 2020 was pretty much the hypeness of EV companies and EV vehicles. I believe 2021 is when we're going to start seeing more of this competition and how they compare with Tesla. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Like always, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and follow me on Twitch. Take care, guys. Have a good night and see you next time.